In the time it takes to watch this intro, over 3,000 people in China have just rented a fully charged battery for their phone.
The green network pulses through the...
Not from a friend, not from a store, but from a box on a wall. This isn't a novelty. It's a daily ritual for hundreds of millions. An invisible utility as essential as water or electricity, powering the world's largest digital society. We're about to pull back the curtain on a system of unprecedented scale. The logistical ballet of how 5 million shared power banks are rented, tracked, charged, and redistributed every single day.
Starting with isolated points,
this is the story of a multi-billion-dollar industry built on our deepest modern anxiety,
until the entire city is connected.
The dreaded 1% battery warning. How did this system colonize every street corner? And what invisible network of technology and human effort prevents it all from collapsing into chaos? By the end of this journey, you won't just understand how it works. You'll understand a new blueprint for the future of urban life.
Welcome to Shenzhen, the city
It starts with a
that
feeling
never
we all
sleeps.
know.
It's lifeblood,
That cold
a
drop
seamless
in your
grid of
stomach as the
energy.
battery icon on your phone turns red. In most of the world, this is a moment of panic, a frantic search for an outlet, cable, a moment to tether yourself to a wall. But here, in a bustling Shanghai cafe, or a quiet Chengdu tea house, or a sprawling Beijing subway station, that anxiety is a relic of the past. For Chen, a university student meeting friends, her phone hitting 5% isn't a crisis.
In a city that never stops, dead zones are
It's a
unacceptable.
minor inconvenience.
We found a way
Solved
to
in less
keep
than 15
everyone
seconds.
connected, all the time.
Her eyes scan the room.
In the seamless flow of the modern
She's not looking
megacity,
for a power outlet.
connectivity is the lifeblood.
She's looking for a small, unassuming box, usually white or black, mounted on a wall or sitting on a counter. There it is, next to the cashier. She pulls out her phone, opens WeChat, the super app that functions as China's digital everything, and scans a QR code on the station.
In a city that never sleeps, connectivity
There's no app to
is
download,
everything. These
no account
stations
to
are the
create,
digital lifeblood of the urban
no credit card to
organism.
enter. Her identity and payment are already linked through the app she uses for everything from messaging friends to paying for groceries. A quiet click, and a small, rectangular power bank pops out of its slot, a green light indicating a full charge. She grabs it, plugs it into her phone, and drops it in her purse. The entire transaction is silent, seamless, and utterly unremarkable. The cost? About 2 yuan, or 30 cents, for the first hour. This frictionless experience is the bedrock of the entire industry. But it could only exist in a society that had already laid the groundwork.
The digital infrastructure.
By the mid-2010s, China had undergone a radical digital transformation. Cash was becoming obsolete, replaced by QR code payments through Alipay and WeChat Pay. The smartphone wasn't just a communication device. It was your wallet, your subway pass, your ID, your ticket to participating in modern life. In this ecosystem, a dead phone isn't just inconvenient. It's catastrophic.
In a city that never
You can't pay for
sleeps,
dinner.
even a moment without power can sever the
You can't hail a
connection.
ride home.
But the network always finds a way to
You can't get into your own apartment building. The social and logistical cost of being disconnected is immense. This created a fertile ground of collective anxiety. Early solutions were clumsy. Rental services required hefty deposits, sometimes up to 100 yuan, and complex sign-up processes. It was several competing startups that cracked the code. They leveraged the existing super app infrastructure. By integrating with WeChat and Alipay, they eliminated the need for deposits for users with a good social credit score. They removed every possible point of friction. The result was explosive.
Starting with isolated
Suddenly,
points, the
these
system
stations
rapidly
began
scales,
appearing everywhere.
mirroring the spread of a virus until the entire
restaurants,
city is connected.
where diners could charge their
In
phones
this
at the table.
24-hour megacity, efficiency is digitized.
In shopping malls,
These
where a
green
low battery no
veins
longer
are the
meant cutting a
nervous
trip
system
short.
of the urban organism.
In hospitals, train stations, karaoke bars, and even the smallest corner noodle shops.
From the busiest platforms to the quietest
The power
corners,
bank was
the
no longer a
network
product
keeps
you
the city
owned,
moving 24 hours
but
a
a
day.
service you accessed.
From dusty relics to the vibrant flow of the network, this
It became
is
a
the circulatory
utility.
system of the modern
Became
city.
a
Its digital
citywide
lifeblood.
distributed power grid for your pocket. But making the user experience simple required making the back end incredibly complex. For every person like Chen who
The
effortlessly
shared
rents a
power
device,
bank network forms
1,000
the
hidden
digital
questions must be
lifeblood
answered.
of this 24/7 metropolis.
who convinced the cafe
pleasure
owner to
doing
install
business
that
with you.
box?
Likewise,
Who pays for the
this
electricity?
station will be a great addition.
And when Chen is done, she won't return it here. She'll drop it off at another station, miles away, near the subway stop by her university. How does the system ensure that this cafe won't run out of power banks tomorrow? While the one near her university isn't overflowing with returned ones? The seamless convenience on the surface masks a fierce, invisible war being fought for every square inch of the city. The explosion of power bank stations across China wasn't an accident. It was a land grab. A high-stakes, hyper-competitive war fought not with soldiers, but with legions of salespeople and a brutally effective business model. The major players, giants like Energy Monster, Jiedian, Xiaodian, and Meituan, knew that the most valuable asset wasn't the technology itself, but the physical footprint. The company with the most locations, in the best locations, would win. Their strategy was to build a distributed network, but they couldn't just buy up real estate. They needed partners, tens of thousands of them. The targets were the small business owners, the gatekeepers to public life, restaurant managers, hotel concierges, mall administrators, and KTV bar
The
owners.
platform connects directly to the agent network,
The pitch was simple,
which then
and
distributes energy to thousands
Give us a
of
square
merchants.
foot of your counter space and access to a power
A centralized
outlet.
sales force couldn't cover the vast landscape. The solution
In return,
was decentralized.
we'll give you a cut of the
network
revenue.
of local entrepreneurs.
This is where the agent or merchant model comes in. A company like Energy Monster doesn't deploy its own massive sales force to every city. Instead, they partner with local entrepreneurs. These agents are given the rights to a certain territory, a district, or even an entire smaller city. They receive the charging stations and the back-end support, and their job is to get them installed in as many venues as possible. They are the ground troops in this territorial war. The revenue share is the ammunition. Typically, the split is aggressive. The venue owner might get 40% of the rental fee. The local agent who signed them up might get another 30-40%.
This is the true
The
cost of
platform,
connectivity.
Energy Monster, or Jiedian might only keep 20-30% for themselves. It seems like a raw deal for the tech companies, but it's a strategy of pure scale. They sacrifice high margins on a single rental for a small piece of an astronomical number of rentals. 5 million
With the
rentals a
contract
day.
executed, the revenue
Even
share
at a profit of
immediately
just a few
spiked,
cents each,
securing the network's
is a
rapid
massive
expansion
business.
across the city grid.
This model ignited a frenzy. Salespeople swarmed commercial districts. offering increasingly lucrative deals to merchants. Competition became so fierce that some companies offered signing bonuses or promised 80%, even 90% of the revenue to high-traffic venues. It was a race to the bottom on margins,
In a
but a
city
race to
of
the
this
top on
scale,
market share.
connectivity is everything. These
Exclusive
charging
contracts
hubs
were
form a
signed.
dense web of service.
Competitors' machines would be
In a
unplugged or
city
hidden.
that never sleeps, these power banks are the
It was
digital
guerrilla
lifeblood.
capitalism at its finest.
Stations like Energy Monster.
The result is the dense, overlapping network we see today. In a popular shopping mall in Shenzhen, you might find stations from 3 or 4 different companies, sometimes just feet from each other. This density is the system's greatest strength. It guarantees that a user is almost never more than a few minutes walk from a station, which in turn builds the user habit and trust that makes the whole model viable. But this rapid, chaotic expansion created a new, monumental problem. The network was built, but it was imbalanced. A station in a busy nightclub might be completely empty by 2 a.m.
The Energy Flow Model
Meanwhile,
7.
A station in a
Inside,
residential complex might be full to
circuit board
bursting
pulses
by 8
with the
a.m.
digital lifeblood of the city.
Owning the territory was one thing. Managing it was a different challenge entirely. The physical network was in place, but without a digital brain to control it, it would quickly fail. Each one of these millions of power banks isn't just a simple battery. It's a node in a colossal Internet of Things network. And every station isn't just a plastic box. It's a smart hub, constantly communicating with a central server, forming a city-scale digital nervous system. This is the invisible architecture that turns chaos into a finely tuned machine. Let's look closer at the power bank itself.
The city's
chip
digital lifeblood
embedded within its
flows
casing
through this
is a small
network.
circuit board with a cellular
Constantly
modem.
monitored, always efficient.
When it's sitting in a station, like it's constantly reporting its status. Its unique ID number, its current charge level, its battery health. The moment it's rented, the system logs the time and the user's ID. The station itself is also
A
connected to the
ghostly
internet.
prediction layer
tracking its own
emerges,
inventory in real time.
highlighting future demand. As the
It
timeline
knows
accelerates,
exactly how many
the
slots are
forecast
full, how many are empty, and the charge level of every bank it holds. All of this data, millions of data points per minute, is
As
streamed
the
to a
rain
central
icon
cloud platform.
appears, the outdoor demand heat map cools to
This
blue,
is where the real magic
while the nearby
happens.
mall flares bright red.
Sophisticated algorithms analyze this torrent of information, creating a live, dynamic map of the city's power needs. The system isn't just reactive, it's predictive. By analyzing historical data, the platform knows that on a Friday night, the stations in the Sanlitun Bar district in Beijing will see a massive surge in demand. It knows that on a rainy Tuesday, demand at outdoor tourist spots will plummet, while demand inside shopping malls will rise. It can predict, with startling accuracy, the flow of people, and therefore, the flow of power banks throughout the urban landscape. This predictive power is crucial for managing the system's
Power
two biggest
banks
enemies.
are the digital lifeblood,
Theft and battery
maintaining
degradation.
a steady, healthy rhythm across the
Each power
metropolis.
bank is geofenced. The system knows the location of the station it was rented from and the one it's returned to. If a device isn't returned
The
within a
network
set period,
identifies a critical
say
fault.
72 hours,
Access is immediately
the user's account is
restricted,
automatically charged
ensuring
the full price of the
integrity
device.
of the system.
This effectively turns a potential theft into a sale, mitigating losses. More
For all the
importantly,
data, the
the
network
system
still
monitors the
relies
health
on
of its
human
assets.
drivers like Lee to navigate the city's true
it
complexity.
knows if a specific battery is no longer holding a full charge, or if it's overheating. A faulty unit can be remotely deactivated, preventing anyone from renting it. An alert is then sent to the maintenance team to retrieve and replace it. This proactive quality control is essential for user trust. A customer who rents a dead battery is a customer lost forever.
Mesmerizing efficiency. The
data also
city
drives
is a
business
living
strategy.
organism, and these power banks are its
Platform's
digital
dashboard shows which
lifeblood,
locations are most
flowing through the
profitable.
network.
An underperforming station can be flagged for relocation. A cluster of stations that are constantly empty signals an opportunity to install more. The digital network doesn't just manage the existing infrastructure, it tells the company how to grow it more intelligently. This technological backbone is the system's brain, processing and analyzing, predicting and optimizing. It transforms a scattered collection of hardware into a coherent, self-regulating ecosystem. But a brain is useless without a body to carry out its commands. The algorithms can predict a shortage. But they can't physically move a battery from point A to point B. For that, the system relies on its final, indispensable component, an army of human operators.
Every completed micro
This is a
mission
critical
instantly
transition.
adds Yuan to Lee's account,
sees thousands of power
illustrating
banks,
the real-time flow
now
of the
beginning to
city's
accumulate in
digital
residential subway
lifeblood.
stations. Simultaneously, it sees demand spiking in the city's nightlife hotspots. The system
In a
is
city
becoming
that never
unbalanced.
sleeps, the algorithm optimizes millions
And
of
that's
data
when Lee
points
Wei gets
every
the notification
second,
on his phone.
ensuring seamless delivery across the network.
Lee is an operations
In
and
the
maintenance
24-hour
courier.
city, the flow
One
of
of thousands
traffic
in
is
this
the
city
digital
alone.
lifeblood of the system.
His electric scooter is his chariot, and his smartphone is his command center. The app on his phone is a heat map of the city. It shows him collection points and replenishment points. His first mission of the evening is a
the
station
new
at a tech
culture
park,
of the city.
now
A
deserted.
seamless network, ensuring
It has
constant
12 return power
connection.
banks.
The digital
It's a resource
lifeblood
sitting
of
idle.
urban life.
He arrives, scans a master QR code, and the machine releases all 12 units. He packs them into his insulated backpack. His next destination flashes on his screen. A popular hot pot restaurant 3 kilometers away. The system has predicted this location will be a major demand center
Even
tonight.
as the city sleeps, the network pulses,
The station is already
ensuring
7% empty.
24/7 efficiency for the digital
He
lifeblood
navigates
of
the
the
chaotic
mega
evening
city.
traffic. A small, fast-moving part of a citywide circulatory system. He's like a white blood cell, rushing to where he's needed most.
The
Arriving at the
city
restaurant,
operates
he
as a
reverses the
living
process.
organism.
He scans
Through
the
the
station.
technology layer, we
the
track
empty
the
slots
digital
unlock.
lifeblood.
He slides in the fully charged banks from his bag, one by one. The digital map updates in real time. So, crisis is averted. This is the daily, unending ballet of rebalancing. These couriers are the lifeblood of the system. They perform a task that, for now, cannot be automated. The physical transportation of assets
Sphere
through a complex
dissolves,
urban environment.
its green energy flowing down, becoming
serve
the
as the
digital
system's hands-on
lifeblood
technicians.
of the metropolis.
If a station goes offline, one of them is dispatched to check the power connection. If the app flags a batch of batteries with poor health, they are the ones who collect them and take them back to a central depot. These depots are the hidden heart of the
Shenzhen
operation.
operates at the speed of data. Here,
In
the
an
shared
anonymous
power
industrial
network
building on the
ensures
outskirts of
the
the
city never stops
Thousands
moving.
of power banks are charged simultaneously in massive, custom-built racks. Here, returned batteries are triaged. Healthy ones are charged. Damaged or degraded ones are taken out of circulation. It's a 24/7 factory dedicated not to manufacturing, but to rejuvenation. He will complete dozens of these micro missions over his shift, earning a small fee for each battery he successfully relocates. He's part of a gig economy workforce that is absolutely essential. A sophisticated algorithm can create the perfect plan. But it's people like Lee who execute it, street by street, station by station, It's the perfect synthesis of digital intelligence and human grit. A constant, frantic dance to maintain equilibrium against the relentless tide of how do 5 million power banks get rented and returned every day in China? The answer isn't a single innovation. It's the seamless fusion of 4 distinct layers, each building upon the last. It begins with the user, a frictionless rental process, born from a unique digital culture. And a dead battery is a form of exile.
Feel the energy rising.
This created a
Can't stop
universal,
the flow.
desperate need.
In this neon jungle, watch us
That need was
glow.
met by a brutal, capital-fueled war for territory. A business model that empowered thousands of local agents to blanket every conceivable public space with charging stations. But a physical network alone is just inert hardware. It's the invisible digital nervous system, a vast IoT network that brings it to life. A system that tracks every device, monitors every battery's health, and uses predictive analytics to anticipate the tidal ebb and flow of human activity.
The life cycle concludes.
And finally,
Automated systems
bridging the gap between
precisely
digital
sort
prediction
and prepare
and
the
physical
materials.
reality is the human element. The tireless logistical ballet of couriers on scooters, acting
In a
as the
city
hands and
that
feet
never
of the algorithm,
sleeps, connectivity is
constantly
currency.
rebalancing the system
These
in a race
stations
against
are the
entropy.
lifeblood of the
Ta-da.
urban data stream.
Culture, business, technology, and human logistics. Together, they form a closed loop, an ecosystem so efficient and so integrated into the fabric of daily life that it has become an invisible utility. The question we started with, how this system works, is answered. It works because it's a mirror of the modern city itself, a
The
complex,
life cycle
data-driven,
concludes.
and profoundly human machine.
Automated systems precisely sort
It's more than
and
just a way to
prepare the
charge a phone.
materials.
It's a glimpse into a future where the boundary between a physical product and a digital service has completely dissolved,
In a city that never sleeps,
creating urban
connectivity is
environments that can
currency.
anticipate and
These
provide for our
stations
needs.
are the lifeblood
One
of
charged
the
battery at
urban
a time.
data stream.